Good morning. Thank you, Jesus, for the day. It's a Monday. Let's get to work. Yesterday, we got pretty much all of our cabinets built for this Oyster White kitchen remodel. We just need to put in our top boards here and also separate our toe kick, figure out where those go. So that's what I'm kind of working on right now. Getting my two top boards. I think I have all my toe kick pieces inside the cabinets right now. And I'm just sorting these because one of these needs Craig jigged. 1, 2, 3, 4, it wouldn't go, that's the extra. One of them needs Craig jigged, the front. Then obviously one of them does not, the back. So, there we go. 2, 2, 2, why is there only one? Because this is a bad piece right here, that's why. And why do I not have a toe kick for that? Okay. See if I missed it. There it is right there maybe. It looks like a 1, but I think it's a 7. No, that's definitely not it. He definitely says 1. Alright. Labeling process isn't great, but we'll figure it out here. Maybe this is a 7 and it looks like a 1. I don't know. It looks like a 1 to me. Okay, well, I guess that's it. Anyway, now I'm able to Craig jig 1 from each of these piles. I'll need to recut this, and then we'll glue and brad nail all of the pieces in. These cabinets can go over there, and then with that pile of material right there, we'll do the same things here. Get these cabinets over here, and then we'll go through, double check all of our measurements. Once that's done, we can start dadoing out our face frames. What I started doing is labeling and double checking all of our measurements. So I have 26, let's see here. So, let's start backwards here. 27 and an 1/8, minus a quarter, boom, boom, 26, 7/8, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, so like 26 and like 3/8. Yep. So this one should be number 2 to the right hood. I do want to double check our depth, and I do want to double check our height. Yep, that all looks like it's pretty good. That's all there is to double checking. So I'm just going to double check the width and then add our scribes into it for our panel or no panel. And then that'll equal the total width. I'll measure my depth and my height, mark them, label them, check it off, and do that for all of these cabinets here until we are done. And once that's completed, face frames are sitting over there. I'll start dadoing them face frames out, and our table saw, and we'll start putting the face frames on. All of our cabinets are now labeled, double checked, looked through. Now it's time to set up our dado stack. Correct height, about 1/8 of an inch, set it up to the correct offset, and then we'll grab the face frames that are sitting right over there. They're all sprayed with Oyster White, and then we'll just go through our cut list here essentially, or our cabinet list, and we'll just go one by one, starting with 1, ending way over there with number 19. I have my dado stack set up to what I think is going to be the perfect height for the blade to cut into the back of our face frame. Have it set up for a 1/2 inch offset, so that way we end up with a 1/4 inch reveal, because once this is cut, we'll put it on, we'll put a 1/4 inch skin there, and then the 1/2 inch minus the 1/4, we'll leave a 1/4, which is what we typically leave on everything. Now it's time to see what we can do here. And it might be a little deep, which is fine. Might be a little shallow now. Let's go a little bit more. I think the first cut was actually what we wanted. Where I said it was a little deep, I think that was actually perfect. Yep. I have a mark, I don't know if you can see it, where my 1/4 inch reel goes, right about there. Send it through again. Yep. That should fit in there nicely. There we go. And that's what we're looking for. Right there where, I don't know if you can tell, where it touches everywhere. There's no gap. And our dados are tight right there. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. I can technically glue and screw this one. And then once that's complete, I have 18 more face frames to dado out. So I think I'm going to get everything dadoed, and then we'll start gluing and screwing everything at one time. Every single one of our Oyster White kitchen remodel face frames are now fully dadoed out. Brandon and Jacob are actually working on the next kitchen remodel. But right now, I need to start getting these face frames that are dadoed. Need to get them glued, screwed, put onto these cabinets, double check the measurements, pack out any cabinets that need packed out, check the shelves, put on the bottom skins, and then get these over there so I can measure for doors. Maybe install drawer boxes and maybe install skins. I'm not sure, since the boys are over there doing a different one, if I'll be able to get all that accomplished. But my goal here, get all the face frames on and then go from there. Let's start putting these face frames on. I have this first one glued. I think it'll be perfect the way I have it dadoed. Start at the bottom, line it up. Just get it screwed in there. Got my long Craig square bit, because we're using Craig screws here. Again, I'm going to do it to attach the bottom first. There we go. Nice and tight fit is what I'm looking for, and that's what we have. Just a little bit of glue, a nice dado, and some nice screws. Squares everything up, secures everything well, locks it all together, make it all one whole piece. We got dado, dado, glue, screw, dado, dado, glue, screw. Just lock everything together. Make it all one whole big happy family right there. That's what I'm looking for anyway, at least. There we go. Lock that in there. I like to work it down. I don't like to go there to there and back to the middle. I like to work it down. Yeah, he's gonna cut them down. I mean, goodness. We had a plan. There we go. Get our top screwed in. Carl's gonna have to go to Menards, get me more screws. Nice and tight. Okay. That one's all screwed together. Tight, secured. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to come over here. So 12, it's 12, 41 and a half, 41 and a half, 12 inches deep. It's 12 inches deep. Cool with all that. Boom, 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 2.5 up top, love that. Now 3 sets of shelf holes. Love all that. So what I need to do is get all the shelves out that I made this weekend. Okay, where do we put all these. Normally, try to build a pyramid. I put the biggest ones on the bottom, but it was so hot this weekend and it's so hot today. I just didn't. I didn't want to. Just wanted to get them done. Now I'm paying for it when it's hot today. Grab these shelves. These are all labeled number 1s. This cabinet is obviously number 1. Number 1 on the field and number 1 in your heart. That was a funny movie. Okay. Those all slide. I'm just looking for sliding. That means they all will adjust well and all fit. So I'm gonna shove this one and all the rest of the uppers over here. I'm going to mark this as number 1. That way, we're gonna measure for our bottom panel. We can just write a number 1, cut it out, and we know it goes with number 1, obviously. Bring these over here, get these wrapped up, since I know that they fit. If it fits, it ships. Is that UPS or FedEx? I forget. Not Amazon. Okay. Those guys are good to go. Now I just have to do that for 18 more cabinets. I'm just going down the list, going down the line. This is number 2. Doing number 2 next. That's all there is to it, really. I'm gonna run out of screws. Carl will have to go get me more screws, but that is what it is. There we go. Okay. Time to get this done. Working on the last cabinet here, line corner. Saved the best one for last. I'm packing out this part of this is the blind part. It's what the other cabinets are going to butt into. And a lot of cabinets are not packed out like this, and then you have your things simply fall through and then you lose them. This cabinet, I got some heat in the comments about this last time, but again, this is going to be drawers, so yes, it is technically wasted space, but it's in a bathroom and it's tight, and the sink had to be, or the vanity cabinet had to be a certain size to obviously accommodate that. So this is the size left with, and they wanted drawers. So, ouch. This is what it is. In your own bathroom, you can do what you want. This client wanted it this way, so that's what we're doing. Now I'm screwing from the back side into the back side of my face frame to lock that into place. Should work out nicely, I think. I think that's pretty good. There we go, with another one. Oh my goodness, dude. Square bits, long bits, super hot, super frustrated. It's annoying me now. Okay, that's done. Not mad, just frustrated. Okay, so, yep, okay. Now what I'm going to do, I used to pack this whole piece out, but it's kind of a waste of material. I'm going to put a piece right here that planes out. It's 3/4 of an inch thick, same as this. So that way when the next cabinet butts up into it, it has a place to butt up into to screw through. This is 2.5. This piece will be right here, 2.5. That'll go this way. So we'll use a 3 1/8 inch screw to lock it all together. And then I'll do the same thing right here. So that way then the cabinet just has something to butt into. Should work out, I think, pretty decently. Not really sure about that, but no, I am sure about it. It's what we've always done, so it's what we've always done. I'm gonna keep doing it that way. Works out quite swimmingly. Okay, so I need let's think about this here. There to there is fine. I probably should go pack out that other cabinet. Go 5 inches. Nice and wide. Well, you cut that on the chop saw down to, just take it 30 and like 30 and a quarter. Same with that one. And that should work out nicely. Okay. Then I'll just simply brad nail once Jacob has that. 30 and a quarter is fine, Jacob. I'll go grab this from Jacob. Yep. And then I'll bring that cabinet over here so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Really, I probably need to pack this out by 1/4 inch because that 3/4 is going to butt into here, the strips we're doing. So I want to be able to screw it in, have it pretty tight. Thank you. Will you also find over here, Jacob? Could use that, but see what, we got so much extra stuff, it's not even funny. Why don't you just use this right here? Cut a piece that's 30 and a quarter on the chop saw, and then just rip it in half. You know what I mean? And whatever, however wide it is, but cut it 30 and a quarter and then rip it in half. Thank you, Jacob. That'll be the 1/4 inch that'll kind of space that face frame out or so. Doesn't technically really have to be perfect, but we'll get it pretty darn close. That's my plan of action there. Same thing here, split the difference. Lock this thing in because there are going to be screws that want to pull it, so I'm going to angle both ways here so it really locks it in. And then I used to plane that down, our dado part, but it really doesn't matter. I can just put it right here and it'll be just fine. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cross angle these to give it more strength so the nail can't just pull out up and down. That one didn't shoot. It must be out, but it's fine. That's perfect. Okay. I do need to do the toe kick though. This is right there. Let's double check this really quick. Will you take those two and that and go set it by, there's a vanity cabinet right over there. So it has a piece that's 2.5 wide. You'll see it. 21 by 33 3/4. It'll really be 34 because the 1/4 inch overhang, but I don't want to put that there because it's wall to wall, it's tight. So we're fine there. 34.5 is lovely. 5-inch box on top. Okay. Should all be nice and good. 34, 33.5 because that 1/4. Yep. Left side is that. Yep. Yep. Okay. Well, you just cut me a piece of toe kick. It's already right there. Farthest right. Just chop saw it down to 32.5. Yep. 32.5. I gotta get more brad nails. It's so hot here today, it's illegal. But it is what it is. Let's grab another stack here. And then bring the rest of these cabinets over here or over there. I'll finish packing out that one, which will be easy with the pin nailer. Once that's completed, I'll measure for doors. Thank you, Jakey. Put this in. There we go. Perfect. Make sure it's all lined up nice and good. I like to put a bunch. Normally I glue this, but oh, better move my fingers. This 3/4 inch thick material to be fine. And it's clear coated, so the glue doesn't really stick to the clear coat, quite honestly. This part has the end grain, so it's not, but the bond isn't very good anyway, so quite honestly, I'm not really worried about it. It's just a sub toe kick. It's just got to support our bottom toe kick or our real finished toe kick, and it'll do that easy enough. Let's see, yep. All I'm going to do is pack this out, and then I'll move the cabinets, and I will start measuring for doors here. We have enough pin nails in there. That way this flushes this out pretty much. The front doesn't really need it. There's a face frame. We'll screw through. Try to cross these up a little. But the back definitely does. Not definitely, but it makes it easier to install for Brandon, because he's able to screw through the inside here into that 3/4 inch material we just put on. It's already packed out. Sometimes kitchens don't have this pack out situation at all. Sometimes there's a lot. Like this kitchen, there was a lot. But that's fine. That's done. I'm gonna move the cabinets and get ready to measure for doors. Now that I have these cabinets together, you can kind of see what I was talking about. The floor is uneven, so kind of hard to see as well. But that'll close up tight. We'll be able to screw from this side into there. Same thing with the back, and also in the face frame to connect everything. So everything's super square, tight, easy for install. But I have all my cabinets laid out in the orientation. That's the island. These are going to be the uppers. Bathroom. All the drawer boxes and skins are already here and done. So I'm going to measure for all of the doors and drawer fronts, and then Carl's getting me stuff. I'll get those installed into all the lowers that need them, and then I'll put the skin side panels on and I'll clean everything out. Hopefully I get that done. Camera's in shambles. And then these are technically ready for install. I don't know if we're installing this week or not. These are actually for the owner of the countertop company that does all of our countertops for our clients. So I don't know if he's ready for them, but whenever he's ready, and if he's ready, we'll get them installed. Worst case, we'll be working on the kitchen that Brandon and Jacob are working on right now. I have all of the lowers measured. All I do to measure is I have them in the orientation they go. I do have them flipped upside down. That doesn't really matter. I don't want to scuff the bottom. So, like this is a 12, for instance. There's nothing over here. It's open space. And then there is a cabinet that's flush here. So that means essentially they're equal. So I'll take a quarter off from my 12, which is 11.5. That's the door width. And what I'll do is I'll measure the inside. The inside would be 9. I'll add 1.25 1.25 would be 11.5. So I measure it both ways. Measure my top. What I'm doing in this instance, we're having 1 inch of crown, and then I'll leave a 1/2 inch gap between the crown and the door. So if it's like 40, I think it's bigger than that, but if it's 40, I'll take an inch off and then a 1/2 inch off, and then that would be my door height. And then write down all my hinge information, everything I need to do for that. That's really all I do for measuring right there. Super easy. Just double check myself every step, so hopefully I don't make a mistake. But once this is done, I'll start cutting all my boards for my drawer boxes, get all those in. Then we'll see what else is left. I might try to clean these out, skin them, or it might just be too hot, might go home. Not sure, but get these uppers measured and then start the drawer boxes. I have some boards cut, laid out for my drawer boxes, and all I did was draw my L right there. I'll subtract my 3/8 of an inch off because the back needs to be 3/8 of an inch wider on each side. Then I just have to screw my bracket in. Not that difficult. Carl is picking up brackets and a bunch of stuff for this. So I'm going to go around, do the math on all these, subtracting my 3/8 of an inch, drawing all my lines, and then I'll start installing the drawer boxes. All of our drawer boxes are now fully installed into our cabinets. They're completed. I just have to do the skins. It's probably going to be tomorrow, clean everything out. Then the cabinets are fully ready. But that being said, I got to clean up this warehouse and go home. See you in the next video. Adios.